2015 Jeep. It's a little Wrangler. And it's got some issues here, and we're super sick today, so we're gonna try to get through this. Makes for a long day when you don't feel good, I'll tell you that. Whew. Let's see, 111,000. Money light was on when I brought it in. Had a shop drop it off over the weekend. Today's a Monday. And apparently the fans don't work. They put a TIPM in it. Oops, latch doesn't work here. Let me get the hood up. So they put a TIPM in it. I guess the fans still don't work. The connector looks pretty new, so it must be it's got a new fan in it too. So it must be a new set of fans. Rooms opened up here, new fans, new TIPM. So now I guess we gotta figure out what's wrong with it and see why the fans don't work. And apparently that's why the engine light's on, they told me. So we'll find out here. I feel like Katy Perry, I'm hot and I'm cold all at the same time. What do we want? Report. I guess that's what we need. Let's see. Yeah, this is what he told me here. Alright, so this implausible ECU network configuration, that's because when they put the TIPM in, they never did a vehicle configuration restore. Cooling fan 2 circuit low, so 693 and PO 480. So if we clear the codes, all those stored codes will go away. That's interesting. Okay, well let's just, they want the cooling fan fixed, so let's look at that. Before we even get into service data, let's just jump into the engine controller. Let's just make sure the fans don't work. We'll go into active tests, or where we got here, maybe system check, special functions. We'll find it here. We'll find the cooling fans. We'll try to turn them on and kind of go from there. I don't see them right there. I don't see them there. I think it is active test. Let's see. Radiator, condenser, cooling fan, relay 1. We just want to click it on. The selected function is not supported by the ECU. Good. Let me keep poking here, see if we can. Alright, that I heard kick on the TIPM. Don't hear the fan roaring, so alright, let me get a wiring diagram. Before we get too far with that, let's just see. It's only 3 wires. Should have a power and a ground on these guys. Oops. It's a 4 amp test light. Alright, so it looks like we've got good, good power and ground. Because this appears to be made out of the cheapest Chinesium, so it's probably some junk aftermarket fan. Let's check our the other wire there. It's probably duty cycle controlled there. We're gonna need that. Scope on the rope. Got this little guy here. Lock this up to battery ground. Alright, 2 volts per division. Let's make sure we've got good connection here. Probe, yeah, power, so we got power there. So we're probing in the control side here. We got nothing right now. We still got nothing. I thought these are usually ground side switched. Should be just a single wire from the TIPM. Let me just make sure we don't have a bad connection. We'll come in this side of it. Let me just turn on maybe. Yeah, no, because I think the power comes from the fan. Right, yeah, because if it's ground side switched, if this duty cycle signal switches to ground, then it has to receive power from, yeah, I don't think it's a bad connection from the module, from the fan. It's probably just a junk fan. Aftermarket crap. I got a test light here. We'll check it this way. We'll hook on, get some battery power here. Okay. Alright, so now we've got 12 volts there. I'll try to hold that in there. We'll go back in here. Oh, I just freaking want to go home. See if we got, oh, look at that. We got a blinky light now. Oh, here comes the fan. So let's ramp her down to 20%. So there's that. I gotta get this where you guys can see it. Let's see. Enhance. That's fun when you don't feel good. Go 80%. Oh, she's getting wound up now, boys. And 100%. You're gonna lift off here in a minute. Easy, easy. We're in for back down. Alright, that's it. Show's over. Let's go home. We can't, because it's still too early in the morning. Needs a fan. You guys have a great day. Let me call this shop and tell them that they need to put a fan in it. Wow, that's an expensive guess, huh? TIPM. I'm the third shop to look at it. Alright. Just for letting you guys know, here's I looked up a diagram for you. Here's the cooling fan. Here's the cooling fan motor. Okay, so right down behind the radiator, you got your big power and your big grounds. We checked those. And this is that little wire coming out of there. The power on this wire should be provided by the cooling fan module, if you will. And then that wire comes up and goes to the radiator fan control here on the TIPM. And then that uses a duty cycle control, pulls it to ground at different pulse widths to change the speed of it. And you can see that we had no power coming out, but obviously the TIPM's in good shape. So that's it. It needs a new fan because there's no power coming out on it. All right. When we provided it with power, it worked. So that tells us the TIPM's good and the fan's bad. Alright folks, that's it. Fixing your Jeep, fan don't work. 3-wire power ground control. You gotta have power coming out of that fan motor or it ain't gonna work. Or if you got power coming out and it's not getting pulled to ground, either you got a broken wire or bad TIPM there. So it's throwing a code for open circuit because the TIPM expects to see 12 volts. Key on, engine off, fan off. It wants to see 12 volts, but it didn't. So there you go. Comments. Cut you out.